Hey there, Rebel. This is day 2 of vlogging for me, and I'm so excited. Okay, breathe. See, this is what happens when a multi-passionate person, does something new. You're so excited because it's all fresh and new, and you have so much to learn, and it's all so fascinating. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. First of all, let me tell you a story. In university, every single person would always ask me the same question. So I'm like, I'm studying psychology. Oh, what kind of psychology, will you do after you graduate? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I gave some thought to it, like I liked positive psychology and work psychology and health psychology and all kinds of psychology out there that I loved. And I couldn't choose. I couldn't choose. So I was like, we'll see, we'll see what happens. And, not surprisingly, after I graduated, I didn't choose. I didn't want to choose because psychology was never an end game for me. I didn't understand why people would ask me what kind of psychologist I wanted to be because I didn't want to be a psychologist necessarily. There were so many amazing things to discover out there. Why would I pen myself in this little tiny box of, I don't know, psychology? I mean, psychology applies to all kinds of things, marketing, design, writing, everything you can think of has to do with people. And so that's psychology. And I couldn't understand this. I mean, growing up, I was always like this, when I was a kid, I would just, play theatrical things and just like write letters to dozens of people around the world and send letters to magazines and dream of one day having an animal shelter and being, I remember just trying something new every day, like every week. And that was normal for me. And that was normal in high school, normal in college and university. It just exploded into this, exploration of music and arts and just everything I was ever interested in. And suddenly, after you graduate, people expect you to choose something. And that's not your fault. I mean, and you feel like there's something wrong with you, right? It's like these expectations of you are just not realistic because you don't want to choose. You don't want to specialize. You don't want to be one thing. So what is there for you to do? Like, is there like a career that you can do everything? Not really. I mean, there are some modern careers where you can do a lot of things, but, the career counselor in your university didn't tell you there were. So, you were frustrated for a long time. I was too. And I'm looking at my notes. So this is a part of my 30 days of sucking challenge. So you do know this is going to suck. So bear with me here. Now, yeah. So I spent so many years being frustrated that eventually I just said, screw it. I'm just going to be myself and figure out something that works for me, right? I developed my own strategies. I developed my own, I started my business. And now I'm like, okay, this is working. Maybe should I tell other people, that this is working? Because, I've been reading this amazing book by Barbara Sher, Refuse to Choose. It's amazing. I mean, I've been reading it again and again, just like I started my scanner day book, which is like the scanner is the multi-passionate person. And the day book is a free space to play, to explore ideas, to go off on tangents and just like do whatever you want every single day. And it's so much fun because I would much rather do this for 20 minutes than, be on social media or something. So I'm really enjoying it. But something I noticed, something I realized after reading this book is that, Barbara noticed that when she showed people that this was normal and this was okay, that it wasn't that there's something wrong with you, a lot of people responded. And I have found this to be true in my own practice too, because My cat is making sounds. There's no ghosts, don't worry. And so Barbara noticed that a lot of people were relieved to hear that this is okay. We're just wired this way. And in my practice, it's been the same thing. Clients would come to me confused, like in a frenzy. What am I supposed to do? Like, I can't choose. And so I designed this strategy for multi-passionate business owners wannabe, because when I created my business, it was clear to me that it wasn't going to be based on one single thing. Right now it's niched down, as marketers recommend that you do, obviously. However, there's tons of little things behind the scenes that's happening that you may not realize that keep me super excited every single day. For example, this vlog. I woke up super early just to vlog. Can you believe it? Just because it's something new and it's an experiment, and it goes perfectly with my core message, my business, my personality, and everything I love to do. And that's what you're supposed to do at the end of the day. Just be who you are, be all that you are, and use it to your advantage. Be resourceful. So many people have shown us that this is possible and this is fun, and those are the original people who just are breaking things and creative rebels. So anyway, I digress. I'm going to give you my strategy for kind of focusing your business, but not quite. I'll explain in a minute. Okay, so by the way, in the last video, I mentioned that, I talked about your multi-passionate clock, right? And I told you that, a creative business is perfect for multi-passionate people, because there's so many things to do in your creative business. So every day is different. You have plenty of creative, brainstorming, play space, and it's just a dream, really. And so, what was I going to say? Multi-passionate clock. Oh yeah, I told you that your creative business is supposed to be this galaxy of planets, right? People like that, and I like that. And this is basically the structure of my creative business, and I'm just going to show you something that I drew super quick. I'm not an illustrator. I dabble, but no. Okay, so this is your business, okay? This is the sun. And the planets around the sun are your passions, okay? They don't have to be the core of your business. Any one thing cannot be in the center of your business. However, you can put one message on the center of your business, which will always ring true, because it's derived from your values, which never change, from your personality, which never changes, and from your life experience that's gone now. And you keep having experiences every day, but I'll tell you about the life experience part in a minute, because it's really fascinating. So you have your core message. This is basically your core message, right? I'm going to give you an example. My core message is: be yourself and do things your own way. Just be yourself and find a way to be yourself and do your own thing in this world, because it's not so easy, but it's possible if you're creative and resourceful, right? So this is my core message. Be yourself, do it your way, and just be creative. Just play. Anyway, this is my message, and you can see, I cannot imagine it ever changing, because because my values are authenticity, transparency, and just creativity. Those have never really changed. And personality, my personality is just of the super creative, resourceful person who likes to find out how things can work for you in your own way, whatever people or the experts say, because we are rebels. We don't have to follow blueprints or frameworks or whatever. These systems help, but they're not everything, okay? You need to find your own systems, your own galaxy, you know, because this really changes your life, you know. So anyway, and the passions, okay, see, I've written here, you know, passion number one, creativity, because like I can't think of anything else that's bigger for me than creativity. Then we have writing and marketing, and there's design, UX, branding, photography, coaching, everything you can think of that I have put in my business. You know, I coach my clients, I work out the user experience for my site visitors. You know, I'm learning a little bit more about branding right now. I'm playing with Photoshop because I've always loved Photoshop. And, you know, the fact that creative marketing is at the center of my business right now is totally baffling for me because I never intended to be a marketer, you know? Like, you hear people say, ooh, marketing, you know, advertisements, selling, sleazy people sending you cold emails. It's a nightmare, right? For a creative person. But that's the thing. You know, it's creative marketing. It's what you make it. And the truth is, your whole business is what you make it. Your marketing, your branding, your website, your business model, everything you do every day is what you make it. And I just don't understand why so many people follow advice when they can just design their own businesses in their unique, special ways. Like, for example, multi-passionate people design the most fascinating, you know, businesses that don't copy anyone else. They don't look like anything else. And it just breaks the mold, you know, because we don't need copycat businesses. I mean, I know people are not copying other people, okay? It's just that it kind of seems like it because everyone is saying the same things, you know what I mean? So anyway, this is my strategy. I'm gonna also tell you a bit how you can discover your core message. So as I said, the core message is a combination of your values, your personality, and your life experience. One thing that I have found helps immensely is, you know, nailing down your origin story. And this is a little bit tricky because like not everyone wants to go that deep. I certainly didn't want to go that deep, but I recently realized that I needed to in order to discover my core message. And so it's your origin story is the story of your life. Okay, so basically, what did you do your whole life? What was this huge struggle for you? How did you overcome it? Did you overcome it? Are you still struggling? What have you overcome in your life that's been huge that you want to help other people overcome? Those questions are really, really important because they guide you to, you know, the life experiences that have made you who you are and that have given you, you know, permission and actual expertise to help other people do. I mean, I don't think, you know, I don't think you're dying to be the expert on, you know, SEO or something. You know, multi-passionate people, we're about ideas, the whole picture, and just like this idea that everything is fascinating, right? So why would you, you know, I mean, okay, for me at least, it's more important to help people overcome intangible fears, blocks. You know, the results of my coaching are not so tangible as they are. You know, I mean, you're not going to make six-figure income, so don't come to me if you want six-figure income, but you know, you are going to feel fulfilled and happy, and you are going to find your balance to, you know, grow a sustainable business. And that's the thing I want, and that's the thing I want for you too, because multi-passionate people, we're not it's not so easy for us. We don't like to copy other people. We don't like to be told what to do. We don't like to use, frameworks and just like do boring administrative things, and just like we strive on ideas and curiosity and growth and fun. And this is why we need to build our universe around intangible things, like our values, the strengths. What are we best at doing? What can we do for other people? What are people asking us to do all the time? Your friends, like they're asking you to do something for them all the time, and you don't realize that you can turn this into a business. And I'm only saying this because, okay, look, you can side hustle your whole life. I don't care. I mean, it's great. If you can and if you enjoy it, do it. It was just not working for me. I was not happy having to go to some kind of bullshit office and being told what to do by micromanagers and stuff. I just did not enjoy any part of it. And this is why I came up with the solution, the creative business. It's getting super popular right now, and a lot of people are finding themselves and all of themselves in this concept, because because there's so many things you can do in the creative business. You can design your own website, you can write your sales pages and the copy, you can create images for your products, you can create products, you can coach people, whatever you've managed to do for yourself, and have the confidence that you can translate to other people's businesses, and so on and so forth. And you can always grow and challenge yourself and do little experiments. It's fun, right? So you probably know this, but if you haven't yet pinned down the core message of your business, you're always going to be just focusing on things, because like people, when they come to me, they're like, okay, so I'm interested in this and this. Which one should I write about and, focus my business on? And I'm like, don't focus on one thing, focus on one message, because this one message encompasses everything you'll ever want to do. Okay? And so this is what I meant by origin story. I already asked you the questions, how to find your origin story. So for example, my origin story is that I used to be a rebel, big time. I used to be different from everyone else. I didn't understand why. I was trying to fit in, and then ended up losing my voice. I would not speak for months. I mean, not literally, but like only when I was asked, or like when I absolutely had to. And with my friends, never. I would just listen. I would just listen to what they were saying and trying to like make sense out of it, I guess. That was in elementary school. In high school, it got worse. I thought there was something wrong with me because everyone else was in these cliques and I didn't want to be, but I ended up being in one and just like trying to follow the lead of someone instead of just carving my own path. I thought this was life, trying to fit in. And then college and university, my God. In university, I found myself because I found the freedom of expression to chase all of my passions. And nobody cared. My friends were the same as me. They were passionate about life. They were happy to experience everything. And nobody expected me to mold to any kind of thing. Nobody expected me to follow, their lead. And finally, I found my voice. I became one of the most, popular people in the small college town I lived in. Not because I wanted to be popular, but because I was being myself. Those were the high years of my life so far. And then I explored all kinds of passions, and I was so happy to finally be able to be all of me. And then I had some years of struggle after college because you're told you're supposed to specialize. And when you have many interests, it's hard to make money, especially if you're an artistic type. So I spent many, many years being insecure, having low confidence, and just believing that I would never amount to anything. I would never do anything with my life, and I would always be miserable. That was my belief. I got into some depressions. It was dark times. Last year, finally, I just said, screw it. It's now or never. If I want to be happy, I just have to take control of my life. And I did, with my business and this idea. Honestly, I just feel that that's enough already. That's enough already with the excuses and the responsibilities and the, maybe one day, or, it's not that bad, or I don't want to be that anymore, or whatever. When you suppress your nature, this ends in disaster. And I could never suppress my nature, because it just always came through and made me miserable because of these expectations of other people and society. Just drop the expectations. My expectation of you is that you are who you are. You create your fabulous creative business around the things you believe in. And then you explore all of those passions of yours as the planets that are revolving around the sun, okay? I mean, I constantly learn new things like vlogging, podcasting, design, branding, hand lettering. I ordered a bullet journal. All of these things are like heaven to me. I want to learn more and read more and do more. And I can only do those things while I'm both, financially safe, and, I have some kind of plan of action, like I'm also fulfilled. So this business makes me both fulfilled and financially safe, because it brings in some money, not too much, I'm not there yet, but just enough. And I have my savings. It's always important to be safe first. And after you're safe, you can just go run wild with the polar bears in your mind. I like polar bears. Okay. So I hope this helped. Just as an assignment, I'm going to leave you with. Just think about the top like 3 or 5 values you want to focus on in your life and business and so on. Then, brainstorm on the things you're good at, the things you love, and the things you're an expert in. Some may be both, or all 3 together, but like just make a list of those things. And another great book is Now Discover Your Strengths. Marie Forleo, she's Italian. She recommended this. Oh, sorry. She recommended this a while ago, and I bought it. And the Strengths Finder, which is the test that you take after reading this book, is amazing. It told me like my top 5 strengths, and I didn't even think they were strengths, like learning and strategy. I thought everyone thought like that. Oh, who knew? So yeah, I'm happy with my strengths. Obviously, I'm just making faces because it's silly and fun. And so yeah, and the rest of your assignment, focus on your origin story, okay? Please ask someone to interview you. Go on a podcast. Talk to someone about your life struggles and, the ways you overcame them. Start thinking about how you can help people be happy. How can you help them, enrich their lives? Because you've done it for yourself and maybe even your friends and family. Maybe you do it subconsciously, but you haven't figured out that it's actually something you can do for work. And work doesn't have to be boring. Sometimes creative will say, schedule, money, I don't like these things. Look, you need these things to succeed. And I'm the most flighty, multi-passionate, crazy person you'll ever meet. I'm a rebel. It's really hard for me to make systems, but I managed. Okay, I realized, okay, I have to do this. Cool. I'll do it. I'll figure something out. And I did. And now it feels great because I have all the creative space to explore my ideas and have fun because these other things are taken care of. And finally, you don't have to monetize your passions. I mean, you don't have to, but it's nice to. I like it at least. So, tell me what you think in the comments. And if you want like any help or anything, just head over to violettanetkova.com. There's a blog, there are freebies, there are all kinds of things that will help you immensely. And there's even a new page of multi-passionate resources for multi-passionate warriors, because I figured that we are warriors. We have to fight to carve our own space into this world, right? And also, there's this quote that always stuck with me, like always. Um, a warrior doesn't worry about the things she can't control. You cannot control your nature. You cannot suppress it. You cannot be more of this and less of this. Stop trying. Resisting things and fighting things makes things worse and makes you feel like crap. Accept yourself, because I know you are beautiful and you're so interesting and unique and passionate about things. And even if you're not passionate about all kinds of things, you can still use this, because we need more heart-centered businesses, more soulful entrepreneurs, and more authentic brands. Don't you agree? Okay. I'll leave you now. Thanks for listening. Just leave any comments you like on YouTube, and tweet me at Violetta Netkova. Thanks. You're priceless.